Welcome, everyone. I hope you have all been having a wonderful, magical week. I felt last week was still a little bit tense, a lot of things in the air. And we're going to do the weekly forecast for next week to see what's in store for us and hopefully more joy or more happiness and joy coming our way. So we're going to pull a few cards, and then I want to introduce you and unbox my new deck. If you also have decks, you know what it's like. It could become a bit of a hoarding addiction. I feel like it's okay because it's like collecting books, right? We're going to take a look and see about my new one. But first, we're going to pull a message from the Mother Mary Oracle. And I heard before we got on here in my notes, I have written down the quote that came to me was, "For you have come for such a time as this," which is from the book of Esther. And yeah, so a lot of us, if you've wondered why you're here, this is your time. This is your moment, right? So let's pull a card for everybody. This is for the collective and see what we hear. Okay. These two flew out, so we're gonna go with those two. So our first card, here is some of the art on that one. Our Lady of Sacred Hearth. There are times when growth must happen so that you can continue your journey home. For you, beloved, this is such a time. Remember, you are not only being guided away from what has been, but also toward a new manifestation blessed by Our Lady. This is a secret gift soon to be recognized, and it is instrumental in manifesting your complete spiritual fulfillment. And the other card that flew out at us has artwork that looks like that. And with this one, they're telling us, whispering in our heart, the truest guidance is not always the loudest voice. Sometimes fear and doubt yell, while love and trust speak quietly, but consistently from deep within the heart. Trust in the truths of your heart, even when they seem quieter than the voices of fear that are around you. Listen and apply the soft, steady wisdom felt within with patience and with confidence. Now, somebody has already heard this particular message. One of you out there, if you're in my friend group, you'll know when I get new decks like this is a new one for me too. This is the Mother Mary Oracle. I tend to see if I like them by sending messages to people who I think need to hear them. So someone needed to hear that twice. The energy of Mother Mary is a very soft, comforting presence for us. And she's here to help guide us. She knows that we are fearful during these times, or we feel like things are really tense or overwhelming. And she's here to help us with hope, with having hope, with giving us peace and comfort within ourselves and within our souls. And I'm not talking about anything politically. I'm just talking about all the stories that we're seeing in the news and all these messages that we're being bombarded with. And everyone is feeling this. If you've been feeling like maybe this is just me, or, maybe I'm watching too much stuff out there, it's not just you. It's definitely happening to everybody in the consciousness globally. And a lot of people are not sure how to be okay or be well, or have their energy feel more uplifted than it was perhaps in the past. I know I was out earlier today looking for Jesus. I was looking for Jesus. I was looking for a framed portrait of Jesus in my den here of my spirituality den that I have here. I have all the guides that I connect with. I have representations of them either in icons or in portraits. And I was looking for Jesus, and I found him at a store. And when I brought him up, the person checking me out started crying and said, everyone is looking for Jesus. And I thought, whoa, okay. So what I took from it though is we are all looking for comfort. We're all looking for someone to help us feel like things are going to be okay. And that is the resonating message with these two from Mother Mary also. Now, also, we have our angel guides wanting to talk to us about our purpose, more cards about our purpose. So, we're going to pull from the Life Purpose Oracle and see what messages they have from us there. Have you been receiving messages? If you've got some messages that you've been receiving, you need to share, put them into the comments. Let's all hear about them and talk about them in the community. Let's see what other messages that you're getting. I get the same messages that we need to spread the word. We need to spread the word. We need to share our gifts, spread the word. And what it means, spread the word of kindness, joy, hope, positivity, all of these things that are hard for us sometimes to embrace. Let's see. Okay, I'm hearing 2 cards for us. And we've got children, and you're on the right path. So let's read this children one first. Your life's purpose involves helping, teaching, and helping children. Some of you listening out there probably already do this in some capacity, or maybe you're working towards your degree in this area, or maybe you just do this in an unofficial capacity, teaching workshops or things like that, or teaching people through social media, how to cook or bake or all kinds of things. But part of your life purpose is working with and helping and teaching children. It's what I do in my real life job as a librarian, as teaching, and it's something that is very fulfilling. And for those here who are specifically being guided to do this type of work, we chose such a time as this because we had agreed to be guides for the people who really need us, for the younger folk who are out there, who are struggling, who are perhaps feeling lost, more anxious, uncertain about their future. We are here assigned almost to be earth angels to these folks. So even if we are not parents, we are working with children. We are helping to guide them, and or caring or advocating for them as they become adults because we care about them. Now, our next one was you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Have you been making some changes? Have you been making more mindful changes? I hear some of you have been making more mindful changes and that those have really been helping you. I'm hearing our guides tell us, what more can you do? And not because they want us to be overwhelmed with work, nothing like that. What they're saying is, how can you started and you're on a good trajectory, and what else can you do? Meaning, could you be more kind? Could you be more open? Could you be more thoughtful? I've been thinking about those things. So, I have been divining messages for most of my life. However, I'm also just a girl from New Jersey, meaning I could be snarky at times. I could be short tempered if I'm driving here on the highway. Woo, right? Um, so just because that we feel that we have started a pathway towards inviting more joy or kindness, think about who else might need a little bit of something extra for you. And if you have it, if you have enough space, just a little bit, to invite in someone, it could be something small. It could be a small recognition of something great or something kind that someone does. I did this as small as when I was dropping off my dogs for grooming. They do an excellent job with my 2 little monsters. And, um, you know, the person was also a Spanish speaker, which is one of the languages I speak. And she asked me if I would just do a Google review for her in Spanish, and I sure did. It took like maybe 5 minutes, but it was helpful. Something you could think about too, right? Small things. The guidance here today and for the week, by the way, is very, very gentle, very gentle. And I think because we have had a lot of heated up weeks, that this is really, they're really encouraging us to slow it down a little bit, to slow it down just a little bit. Now we're going to take a look at we're going to use this Crow Oracle here that one of my friends just kindly gifted me. Thanks. Do you have friends that you swap decks with too? Right? If you're thinking about getting started, there's so many good ones. And definitely if you don't resonate with it or you don't love it, you could do card swaps, which is what my fellow gang of witchy enthusiasts do. So let's see what messages they would like to have come forward for us, what good ones we're going to get. Now, everybody has a different method for selecting their cards, right? You'll see people do them all different kinds of ways online. But what matters is if you're trying to do this for your own practice, and I'm saying this because I hear that some of you might want to just pull some cards for your own self-care. I consider it self-care. It's great. You could start small, right? And just do like a 1-card draw. Read the guidebook, see if it means something to you. Or you could do 3 cards, study the imagery, do some writing on it, some journaling. But everyone has a different selection method for picking cards. As you can see, I'm shuffling the cards and getting my energy all over these things. My guides communicate with me through number. And so I hear the number to pull from the bottom or the top of the deck in my head. And that's what I go with. I hear it automatically. It's in my head. So here we go. Okay, we've got a lot of great messages coming up for us. Our first one, resistance. Resistance. And I'm listening here. They're telling me, what have you been resisting? Because what you have been resisting is going to find its way back to you. Have a lot of you felt that there have been a lot of barriers like this week, or like maybe everything wasn't going right, or a lot of things just weren't falling into place as easily as you hoped? There is resistance, and yet that does not mean you can't feel free. It's some of the resistance is part of the path, or part of the journey, part of the thing that you're meant to be on. And let's read more on that, because the second card that came out was this sacred space. Sacred space. Make sure you have a place for you that is that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel spiritually aligned, and that helps you with your grounding and centering work. That's what I'm hearing. Your grounding and centering work. Now, if you do not have a lot of space, this is okay. You can create it very small. You could have like a little book nook, or you could have, you could put up some of your fun stuff, or stuff that you really love or that resonates with you in any little corner or nugget of your house or your backyard or whatnot. But have a little bit of a sacred space, or it could be as simple as a bookshelf, right? If you have bookshelves, but having that little space will help you. And then what should you put on the sacred space, right? Well, you'll know that things that are meaningful to you, or things that hold space for you, that makes sense. So here in my layer down here, I have all kinds of things, right? I have candles, I have incense, I have you'll see like the Archangel Michael behind me, some right, some some stuff to ward off the evil eye, all kinds of things. And you might have pendulums besides me. You may have none of those things, or you may have just like a crystal and a book, or a plant, whatever makes you feel good. But think about a sacred space, and if you can craft one out. And I don't mean putting any kind of money into this. I mean just putting together things you collect, like if you grow herbs, or if you have certain teas or things like that. So think about a sacred space for you. And also, you're getting the isolation card. There's a feeling of isolation. So I hear that some of you have been feeling alone, that you've been feeling really like, I'm alone. I think that you know that you're not alone too, by the way, but it's just that the energy out there is so heightened that it sometimes it does feel like you're alone. That is a way for us to feel divided, not connected when we start to feel like that. Remember, we're all connected here in community together. That's what it's all about. It's all about for us to work together for a purpose. And that's why we're here. That was the message, right? For we are maybe here for such a time as this. We are here for such a time as this. Sometimes a little bit of self isolation is not terrible if we are have been running low on energy. So if you have felt like I'm just not resting, or resting as well as you could be, think about a rest care plan for yourself. What can you do to feel fully rested? Do you need to recharge? Do you need to stay at a friend's guest room if they have one, or on someone's couch and just be alone for a minute? What kinds of things can you do that will help you? So that's, and now fittingly, our next card is about rain. They're telling me there's like singing to me, you can't stop the rain. So we can't stop or control any of the elements, and we can't force things. And that was some of the message before too, this resistance card. We can't force it. If we're forcing things, we're going against the natural ebb and flow. And we're also sending a signal to the universe that or universe, or to God, whichever you follow. Use words that make you feel good, that are right for you, by the way. And I definitely have my own bias or my own preference that I interject, but you shouldn't follow along with that. You should do what resonates with you, by the way. But when we pound up against the pavement, and it's hard to know when to do this and when not to do this. Sometimes we are just really showing a resistance to accepting cycles in life and seasons, right? It's like, I say this all the time, I love the fall season and chilly weather. Please let it be cold soon. But it can't be fall forever, even though sometimes I wish it could be spooky season and Halloween all year and fall forever. It can't be fall forever. If it was fall forever, then I can't look forward to pumpkin spice lattes because you get sick of it, right? But some of us feel like we are needing to exert more force on something. This could be at work. I think for some people listening, this is about work. I think for other folks, it's about relationship or friendships and things like that. So consider how you can go with the ebbs and flows of things if you can. And the next one is about commitment. Have other people been thinking a lot about commitment? I have. I think that a lot of us are thinking about all of our commitments, not just romantic ones, the commitments that we make to the people that we care about in our lives. It could be our families, friends, colleagues, coworkers. And have we honored those commitments with people? Have we done all that we can? I think that for some of us, we started off with a good intention, perhaps, but by not fully expressing ourselves, it maybe got away from us a little bit, right? If you're feeling like, well, I started off over here and I was doing great, but somewhere along the line, it got away from me a little bit. And we perhaps did not know how to communicate this message that we may have had. And I think this is just not out of wanting to hurt someone's feelings, or we could feel real fear or phobia or feel frozen. But the way forward is through our connection and commitments with people. That's what I hear in my head. That's the way forward. And that's what our entire message is about how can we do things that are going to be great for all of us together collectively. Again, the messages are not about us as individuals, but more about us and what we have to offer to each other. And that really is the thing that helps you feel less alone, is that connection together, right? So we're going to pull one more card because we're going to take a look at this new Solitary Witch Oracle. Lore, Wisdom, and Light for Your Magical Path by Lucy Cavendish. Now, a fellow witchy friend of mine recommended this wonderful deck to me. And, they never show you enough pictures online when you're thinking about acquiring one of these for your collection. So I'll show you some of these cards, and we're going to pull the one card that would be for all of us in the collective. And well, that one just fell out. Well, we got to go with that one. That one fell out at us, right? And oh, this is super interesting. So, my friend who has this deck, when she was here, we were celebrating the autumn equinox together. She brought her book and deck, and we each pulled a card for this Mabon season. And I got this same exact card. So, let's read this one and look at the art. And it's the witch's house, and the art's just beautiful on this deck. So right away, I love the art on the deck. So if you're looking for another deck, I will say that soon I'm going to need a support group for the amount of decks I have. Right. Books, I have a system in place. So, the public library, what are you doing? Get books, get tarot decks. Let us have decks so we can share. Okay, this is a longer reading, but I'll read it to you. And let's see if this is something that resonates with you too. It sure did with me the other day. And so I'm hoping you're getting the same vibe from it. Okay, every witch needs a place or a space she calls her own. Perhaps the solitary ones need that sacred home most of all. She will paint the rooms the color her heart longs for. She will water the plants in their pots, cultivate the herb garden, and create the library where her book friends will live. She has none of these things. She has none of these things, not of her own, not in the present moment. And so she will magically bring her witch's house to life. Whether the home is one you have established or one you dwell in, or one you seek to find and claim as your own, it is time to manifest an aspect of home so that where you live mirrors the beauty of your unique and precious soul. It is time for you to contemplate what you need within a space. Dream what you seek, what you wish into being, and shape it into your mind and feel the belonging there in your heart. Begin when the moon is new. Okay, so look for new moon coming up, right? And when she waxes, continue through her cycles. Then seek the home of your heart. Quest for it. Dream relentlessly of it until it is yours, that palace of memories and soul, the place of peace and sanctuary within an unstill world, the proof that you can bring into form that which has existed only in wishes and dreams. I have a feeling that many of us listening to this have been doing just this. We have been like on Zillow, we've been online, we've been looking at other places that we could move to, and probably we've been looking into places that seem, like ludicrous based on our salaries. Am I moving there? I don't know. But I think we're all looking for space. And I think we're looking for that space where it feels like home. And of course, that looks different to everybody. This further tells us you are a witch and your wishes can become spells, and those spells can become the most powerful of all manifestations. Use all your witchy ways to bring this space into being, whether it is moving or reshaping a home or finding privacy and quiet within a busy space. You are adept and you can do this. You must, however, take all the steps and dream and weave it into being. Beautiful witch, a true home is a true anchor for your wild wisdom. It is yours. Bring it home. So, this is such a great message. If you have been wondering about how to make your space your own, and we got that card earlier in the Crow deck, and how to make it you, it could be whatever you want. Sometimes we are so influenced by other people that we will stop from, reflecting our space as we truly wish. My space here is reflected truly as I want it. It's all me. It might be kooky and quirky and not matched. I hope your place reflects the you, whatever makes your soul resonate. For those who are moving, I hope you are moving towards something that makes you feel magical. I hope you're moving towards something that makes you feel like magic is in this place. Magic is, and it could be a small place, a big place, doesn't matter. I just hope you walk in the doors of a place and it makes you feel like there might be magic in here. And you could do that with whatever space you have, and even on a limited budget. So let's take a look at these. Like, let's take a look at a couple of these cards. This is the new unboxing of this solitary witch deck. And take a look at that. Those are beautiful. I love the art on these. This one says, look closer. She is not lonely. What a great message. And oh, she's got an owl there. See the owl in her hair? I love the owl. Owl is a spirit animal for me. So again, the book on this guidebook, excellent. If I'm doing a book review, oracle review, excellent guidebook. Longer messages if you wanted to do some deep thinking on them. So it's not like a quick on the fly oracle. And this other one, you can see an element of a mermaid in there. This one says, and sometimes she changes under the moonlight. So these are good cards for if you want to work on your own and you want to do some deep introspection. This would be a good everyday card deck for you to see where you're at and some practical advice in here. So I feel like that is a winner of a deck. Now, I want to offer you a book pick. So, what are you reading? Are you reading something good? We're getting into spooky season. Halloween, Soween, my favorite holiday ever. It's been my favorite holiday since I was a kid. And every year, and my mom sewed my costumes for me, and every year I was a witch. Every year when I was when I was little, I wanted to be a witch. It never changed. So this is my season. And I know it is for many of you too. And of course, my favorite book of all time is Bram Stoker's Dracula. The gothicness of it, I loved it. So other books I want to recommend to you to get you started onto spooky season is this one. It's called The Quick. It is by Lauren Owen. I first thought this was a YA book, but it's not a YA book. It's in the general fiction collection. And again, it reminds me kind of Dracula. It's set in London. It's set in the 1800s. It has, I don't want to give away anything. It's about vampires. That's what it's about. And it's got a relationship, an LGBTQ relationship in here. So it's like, it's got some depth to it. It's spooky because it's, this one left me spooky, right? It left me feeling like, oh, could that really happen? Again, it wasn't like horror slasher movies that like you feel the gore and it's like, okay, that's less believable, right? It's like the silent spooky ones that you're like, that could happen, right? So I felt like this could be true, could be happening. I don't know. Anyway, I recommend this to you. This is my book pick for this week. Is The Quick by Lauren Owen. Hopefully your local public library has it. And if not, I'm going to leave you with your angel number that I meditated on before, which is 615. Look up angel number 615. That is your angel number this week. And we thank Mother Mary, who was our guide this week, with her gentle presence and her awesome messages of sending us peace in love. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful week. If you are new here and have not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you do so and give this a like and comment in the comment section. Tell me what you got cooking. Where are you moving to? What are you doing? And with that, bye everybody.